Hi everyone, today we'll be speaking to Tammy Green, who's the Student Advancement Manager at Feenix. We speak about what Feenix is, how students and graduates can benefit from it, as well as the student debt crisis in South Africa. Speaking about the application process, can anyone sign up for Feenix and when? How does it work? Is it a loan? Is it a bursary? Can you just maybe speak more about the specifics as to what type of funding you guys offer?
Okay, so I'll first start with the student criteria, who's allowed to come onto our platform and how
Yes.
do we go about doing it.
Yes.
So the student criteria is you need to be a South African citizen
Mm-hmm.
and you need to be a registered student at any other 26 public universities. When I speak about public universities, I'm speaking about our top universities within the country, which is from Wits University, UWC, so all our 26 public universities.
Okay.
So in terms of citizenship, it's South African. You can be a permanent resident or a refugee or asylum seeker. So that's how you could qualify. You can study any field of study. It can be
Any field.
any field of study,
Okay.
any year of study, which is either postgrad
Postgraduate.
or undergrad.
That's amazing.
And then we're also looking at graduates with historical debt. So, say for
Mm-hmm.
example, Tammy graduated last year, and I'm now going into an internship job, but I still have debt from the previous year. I can still
Yes.
come onto the platform and register myself on the platform and then do crowdfunding towards my historical debt of the years that I studied.
Okay.
So I don't currently also have to be a student at that time when I do create a profile. Then we also have, it can be full-time or part-time students. And
Mm-hmm.
then the last criteria that falls under the student criteria is our financial criteria. So you need to have a household income under 600,000 Rand
Okay.
for the year. And if you are a student living with disability, we're looking at 850,000 Rand for the year.
Okay. So you guys do include missing middle students as well, like students that are
That
not
is
funded by NSFAS.
That
That's
is
that's
correct.
amazing.
So, one of the insights that I can say in terms of what we found with the students on our platform, they are the missing middle, and the missing middle we usually refer to the students that are too rich to qualify for NSFAS, but too
Yeah.
poor to afford tertiary education.
Yes.
However, a lot of our students on our platform still falls under the 600,000 per annum
Mm-hmm.
household income, which just shows that they are students that meet the criteria for NSFAS but did not receive NSFAS or any other bursary
Yes.
as well.
Oh, okay. That's amazing. So besides the tuition that you pay, is it only the tuition that you guys cover for students that are maybe first time entering university? Or is there anything else that the bursary or the funding covers? So just tuition fees?
So at the moment, it's only tuition fees.
Mm-hmm.
And where I'm saying at the moment, because we are scaling up, we are moving with the times and looking at other
Yes,
needs.
yes,
But
yes.
there are donors that come onto our platform and they are saying, listen, we're wanting to give our students access to a laptop, data, food
Okay.
vouchers as well.
Yes.
But that's only donor specific. But
Yeah.
our main funding that comes is mostly for tuition.
So speaking about funding, how does the Phoenix funding work? How are the funds generated for students that want to use Phoenix, seeing that it's not government funded? How do you
Okay.
guys generate the funds?
So basically, what you do as a student when you get onto our platform, you basically create a profile.
Uh,
And when you create your profile, it's almost like creating a Facebook profile or even, like a general profile for any
yes.
social media, basically. And you'll create this profile where we will request certain information from you as well as you sharing your story. And when we speak about
Mhm.
sharing your story, we're basically speaking about why are you investment worthy? Tell the
Yeah.
people out there, listen, I'm Tammy. I would like to become a doctor one day. Unfortunately, I do not have the means to fund my qualification. However, I could be potentially the doctor that will be working on you one day or offering services to your children to come. And students share various stories. on why they are investment worthy. And then we post that on our website with a
Okay.
fundraising goal. So say, for
Okay.
example, you have a goal of 15,000 Rand that you'd like to fundraise for yourself.
Yes.
We would put it on, we would identify that as a fundraising goal. And then every month or every day, you can see as you start sharing your profile and your story with your network or with your parents' network or with various companies. As you know, young people constantly sharing things.
Yes. Yes.
So it's a great way for the students also to be part of their own solution. So they go about sharing their stories. And that's how individual fundraisers or individual funders come onto our platform. So we don't necessarily know who exactly they are. So
Okay.
that's a way of us or students receiving funds. And then there's
Mhm.
also a fundraising team that connects with various corporates and trusts and foundations where they come on board and they're like, listen, we would like to donate
Yes.
200,000 to this particular student. So they go onto our platform, they look at the various profiles of students, and then they identify this is the criteria, these are the students that they are wanting based on our platform. Can they please make a donation? And then that's also how we get funds for our students.
So what I'm hearing is the signing up process is pretty unique compared to a different like a other bursary organization. You're basically creating a profile, and I wouldn't say selling yourself, but you need to motivate the applicants need to motivate why they deserve a bursary or funding. So that's
Correct.
basically how the signing up process works.
Yes.
That's amazing.
So you even have so you even have you put the picture of yourself, because it's
So
also important for us to know who are we investing
yes,
in.
yes,
You know,
yes.
we want to
Yeah.
understand your story, and that's the beauty of that process.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found out what you needed to know about Feenix, or maybe this was your first time learning about the organization. We'll have all the information linked in the description box below if you want to find out more. Comment down below if you have any questions or concerns, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.